everyone, welcome back to the three-part series on how to knit a flat circle. This is the last episode, which we will focus on knitting a modified square circle. There's also a free downloadable Excel spreadsheet for you to play around with. The spreadsheet has tabs for all three versions of the circles from episode 1, 2 and 3. Instructions for downloading the spreadsheet are at the end of the video. Please use the chapter timestamps to go back and forth, and if you have already watched the intro in one of the other videos, do feel free to skip ahead straight to the modified square circle section. In this video series, I'll focus on the theory behind proven method for knitting a flat circle and show how they work using examples and animations. So let's get started. There are many ways to knit a flat circle, but as a general rule, most knitted circles increase by 8 stitches every other round. And that's the baseline, but how and where you place those increases makes a huge difference to the final look of the fabric. When knitting in a round to create a circle, you need to add stitches to increase the circumference and allow the circle to grow outward. To keep the fabric flat, you need to add stitches regularly. Too few increases, the fabric curls into a ball, and too many increases, the edge ripples. Increasing 8 stitches every other round is the sweet spot for most knitted circles. It neither curls or ripples. In this video, all the circles will start with casting on 8 stitches. Thicker cast-ons, such as the crochet cast-on or cable cast-on, tend to create a bulky center which can look untidy. For this reason, I always use magic ring cast-on. There is a separate video explaining how to work the magic ring cast-on, so please do check that out if you'd like a step-by-step demonstration. The traditional square method increases at 4 corners. You increase 2 stitches at each corner every other round, so that still gives 8 stitches per increase round, so the fabric stays flat. But it stays square because the increase always happens in the same corner positions. To turn this into a circle, we need to soften that square shape. You still increase 2 stitches at 4 positions, giving 8 stitches in total, but instead of always increasing in the same stitches, you shift the corner positions each time. I'll show you one example. I've casted on 8 stitches and distributed them evenly over 4 needles. If I were knitting a square, the first stitch on each needle would be the corner. But because we're knitting a circle using a modified square method, we're going to move the corner positions as we go. And to make this easier, we're going to use 8 stitch markers in 2 colors, so we won't lose track. So on round 1, we do a yarn over, then place a red stitch marker and knit 1. Then yarn over, then place a blue stitch marker and knit 1. Now we do the same thing on all 4 needles. So yarn over, place red stitch marker, knit 1, yarn over, place blue marker, knit 1. So let's make it really nice and close. Yarn over, then place red marker, knit 1, yarn over again, place blue stitch marker and knit 1. Yarn over, then place red marker, knit 1, yarn over again, place blue stitch marker and knit 1. Now it looks really crazy right now, but you'll see in a minute that it all makes sense. The next round is like the swirl method. We're going to knit all the way around to the end, slipping all markers, and when we reach the yarn overs from the previous round, we knit through the back loop. Now I'm on the second increase round. But this time, I will not increase on either side of the red stitch markers every time, because if I keep doing that, I will make a square. What the colored markers are telling us is this. The stitches just after the markers here and here is the corner stitch. And on each increase round, we're going to increase on either side of that corner stitch, but alternating between red and blue. So on this round, we're going to increase around the stitch just after the blue marker. So we'll do knit to the blue marker, slipping the red marker. Yarn over, slip the blue marker, knit one, yarn over, and then repeat this 4 times. Now this is a non-increase round. We knit all the way round and knit through the back loop of the yarn overs you made on the previous round. Right. Now on the next increase round, I'll increase on either side of the stitch here, so just after the red marker. So what I do is knit to the red marker, yarn over, slip red marker, knit one, yarn over, then knit to the end of the needle, slipping the blue marker because we're not increasing around the blue marker point. And I'll do this a little bit faster now. So you keep working, shifting the position of the increase between the first and the second marker, and then you get a nice circle. So this is a circle made using the modified square method. The increase point, the corner, shift between red and blue and red and blue. And this way you're not making a square, but more like a softened octagon. To summarize, you can knit a circle by modifying how a square is knitted by shifting the 4 increased corners. Use 8 stitch markers in 2 different colors to help keep track of where the increases are. The result is a lovely radial effect, very similar to the modified swirl circle from the episode 1. I hope you enjoyed this How to Knit a Flat Circle series. You can download the spreadsheet by subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so and following the link in the description. And thank you so much for watching. I'm always very humbled to know that people enjoy these videos, and it really motivates me to create more technical knitting content. And I hope to see you next time, and as always, happy knitting!